everyone if it's done it to one of you.
Anyway, this is a great question, which is 69. What is your character's sexuality relationship with sex? That feels really appropriate at the moment.
That is pretty appropriate.
Wait, what? Huh?
Yeah, as inappropriate as that sounds, things got kind of interesting last week without you here, Sakura.
So the question is, what is your character's relationship with sex? Is it like sexual intercourse?
No, it means that what is your relationship like? Are you bisexual? Are you into girls? Are you...
I thought it was like...
Or, and then there's like your relationship with sex, like, are you like, if someone mentions like, oh, I just went down on a carpet and munched it, and then you blushes, like, how familiar about...
Sakura is an awkward teenager. If someone brought that up, she would just go bright red, because, like, sex, the fuck? She's a minor.
Holy shit, that's gonna be bad.
She's not even 16 yet, gosh.
She's only 17.
Oh, no, we have a party of kids. I keep forgetting that.
Come on.
Yeah, not all kids. I mean, you are teenagers. Let's not look. We are going to try and keep this PG-13 as much as possible. Please bear that in mind, because yeah, these topics can be very awkward in D&D, but there is no reason for it to be. Though we are going to just limit that question. I don't see it on the chat for some reason.
It's weird. It is there.
Yeah, I think we should just stick to sexuality. I think that's better.
Yeah, just your sexuality is. That's what I was going to say. Because they sort of, when you guys arrived at this place, they did ask the same question, but I think everyone was a little bit confused as to what the hell was even going on then to even answer it. So we can go down the line.
Australia up.
Well, that's an easy one. Australia, well, she likes girls or boys as much as anybody. She isn't like, what you call it, she isn't gonna turn down like an offer.
Yeah, I mean, she is a slate, yeah.
Then again, maybe now she would. Actually, funny because you mentioned it, because the thing you picked up in the library, it has some really funny thing. It has actually something related to that written, though I don't think you can read it, since I wrote it in exactly the language it was written in. But that's it. Yeah.
I can picture Australia especially as a satyr, being the one that writes the next copy of Tusk Love. But who's next on the line?
Yeah, Jin is very easy. She's definitely asexual because she can be any.
Yeah, I mean, is that even a question for change?
Yeah.
Like, that's
she has a preference, I guess, but
to even have a preference.
Yeah, it's like, wait, you guys are into dudes? What the hell is wrong with you?
Why are you limiting yourself so?
But yeah, June is simple.
Oh, who's next? I can't see the Discord right this second.
Let's see, that would be Jerry.
Is Jerry not on voice tonight?
Yep.
Yeah. Wait. What do you mean Jerry is 7?
He's 7 years old.
Jerry seems to get younger every week. I've let him create like masterwork items in a single day. It's like beaten up Oni and gods and things, and you're telling me he's a 7-year-old.
Hey man, you're the DM.
At the end of the session, he's like half a year old.
No, look, I mean, I'm saying there, as you say, he's as mature as Sakura. For mouse folk, I guess that's you probably don't have the longest life expectancy.
Come on, man. Goblins only have 60 years of life expectancy. Never stop cock.
Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. So he's around 15, 16 in maturity, like as a human would be. But wow, it's been a rough 7 years for poor old Jerry. And what about Sakura?
I don't think Sakura has ever thought about sex. So
I
she
find that
doesn't
hard
really
to believe considering you're in this group.
sexuality, or well, she's sex is an awkward topic for her. She doesn't really know how to talk about it. She isn't really like thinking much about sex. So I think for now she identifies as asexual because she's not really focused on sex stuff. She just wants to be a samurai. There is a difference between like asexual and aromantic, so I suppose she's just not sexually attracted to anyone right now. But that's also because there's a lot going on. She isn't thinking about it. So she doesn't really know how to identify, so she's just using the asexual label.
Yeah,
No,
with
she
Sakura's
hasn't about it. It's just really awkward.
with Sakura's family history, I can also imagine she's not exactly the first person to like want kids in a family. Like I feel like that would be something that's like years of therapy before before she ever considers kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm nearly ready. Although, wait, is that?
I still wonder why the stream doesn't seem to pick up the room where Shreya is in. Maybe it's too dark a topic.
Yeah, that's been censored for YouTube.
Oh, relax. I already put like, when it asks me like, is this for kids? I'm like, no. And by putting that, it basically means that if I was one that monetized stuff, I couldn't monetize it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there's a there's a myriad of things in this campaign that would get us demonetized pretty quick.
Oh. Oh, just relax. I could just bring up something that would be instantly demonetized. I think it would even red flag us.
Yeah, I'm sure we've been through a few. You guys have committed more war crimes as children than. But anyway, I think I'm back in the maps now. So yes, we will. Let me catch Sakura up. All right. So let me just find my recap. Okay, so after dealing with the star spawn emanating from the comet, our heroes rested aboard their airship. Discussions were had about how to disguise themselves when escorting Lady Sumihime to Taton, and a decision was made to stop in Kunasa en route. The seaside town was not far away, and the party arrived just as stores were starting to open, a bustling harbour town smelling of fish and clearly under the rulership of the Shira Corporation, despite being owned by the Unicorn clan. The party quickly made their way to the marketplace, where highly priced items of questionable origins were widely sold. Estrella, Jerry, June, and Z all made their way into the market, spending some of their hard-earned koku, and while most made regular purchases and negotiations, June tried to pick up a broom that caught her eye. To do so, she turned herself into an old woman, feigning a clumsy collapse into a market stall to hide the theft of a magic item that she then quickly disguised as a walking stick and made her escape. The party then regrouped over some squid sushi, some giant squid sushi, which is pretty common around here, and other market foods before splitting up and heading into town. Jerry made his way to the general store and purchased some equipment, overhearing a meeting of some kind in the adjacent room. The shopkeeper warned him to stay away, though, and so he left, giving some koku to a beggar on the way out. Meanwhile, June, Estrella, and Z were on their way to the geisha house. It would surely be a great place to acquire information, though the information they were seeking was still unclear. It was still early, but the house seemed to be active, and a young geisha in black robes led the group to a dining area. She seemed flustered, claiming it to be her first day, and accidentally led the group into a room where two pirates were enjoying the house services. The pirates were discussing a rumor that the party had overheard earlier in the market, that the son of the Shira Corporation's leader was missing, and that a bounty would be paid for anyone who found him. The drunker of the two seemed interested in the new arrivals, wanting to question them about the rumors, but his friend warned him off, and the party was taken to a private room. On the other side of town, near the harbor, Jerry was sitting down at the Lonely Bahia, a small inn and tavern for sailors and fishermen, and there he was looking for a vantage point from which to see his party return. A similar rumor filled the tavern, and one samurai woman in particular seemed distraught and worried for the missing Shira boy. Jerry waited, but his friends were nowhere to be seen. Perhaps they'd forgotten what kind of time pressure they were under. In fact, back at the geisha house, things were getting stranger by the minute. When the house mother called her ladies to present themselves to the party, each of the women seemed to be eerily similar to each other. They all wear black robes and white painted faces, as if to make themselves seem uniform. Estrella happily accepted the invitation and was led to a private building with her chosen geisha. There she questioned the woman over a drink, learning that the previous night's meteor storm had all the town's fishermen riled up. Apparently, a dragon turtle had washed up on shore, and all the fishers were fighting over it. The missing Shira boy was also supposed to have returned to the shore, but some think that his ship may have been lost in the storm as well. June, or rather the disguise that June had adopted, demanded some variety from the woman. Claiming to be unsatisfied with the selection, she asked that they would be shown to the house's most prestigious geisha. The house mother explained that she was busy with another client, but asked June to wait, which she gladly did. As tea was then served to her, two geisha led a very nervous Z away and into another private room, followed quietly by June's fairy dragon. Estrella was at that moment being led into a bedroom and told to close her eyes. When she opened her eyes again, the geisha had transformed into a succubus and was attempting to eat Estrella's very soul. Clearly, the succubus had believed Estrella to be under her charm, but she was mistaken. Estrella then fought her way out of the room while Z was engaged in a similar situation not far away. June, seeing this through the fairy dragon's eyes while being led to the house gardens, quickly moved to gain the assistance of the pirates. To do so, she demanded an audience with a woman in orange robes standing at a fox shrine in the garden, prompting the two geisha that were with him to leave her alone. And that is basically where we are rejoining things. What Sakura was doing during that time is something that I had meant to discuss with you, but we can discuss it now before we get back into what is going on over here. As they sort of made their way away from you, and you were sort of left back at the ship with Lady Sumihime, but I assume you would have followed them not long after. So, Sakura, what were you doing while all of this was happening as they went into this pirate town?
I'm not very sure, to be honest.
So, Sorry, I did mean to discuss this with you beforehand, but what we'll say that you and Lady Sumihime sort of took some time in the morning. She wanted to discuss things with you, and she would have taken you to the edge of town and split you away from the other group to say that there was something she wanted to show you. We will discuss what she showed you out of game, because that will be private information for Sakura, but it will have no effect on what is happening now. So you will be able to sort of rejoin and head back into the town not long after the rest of the group. And can you give me an investigation check, please, to see who you managed to find first? If you managed to see Jerry or the other group, because maybe we should move over to that map so you can actually see what you're looking at.
No.
Okay, so Sakura would have arrived up there in the top left-hand side of the map. Why is Jerry isn't? So,
Kung
yeah,
Fu kitchen. Nice. You took my pun.
it's the same restaurant.
Oh, what?
Yeah, as you enter the town, if you go up to the doors there, what did you get on your investigation?
33.
Okay, yeah, with a 33, you will definitely see that it is morning at this time. You probably arrive at around 8:30, and you will see that it is closed, and on the doors there is a sign saying closed for festival, and they are still. Yeah, it seems that there are a couple of people around here upset that this restaurant is not opening, but they are currently, the owners are away. Though with the rest of that 33, you will be able to track down where your party went. You will be able to figure out that some of them went to the geisha house, and that you will probably notice Jerry, that he went to the general store, but
The geisha
it's
house
up
might
to you
have
where you want to join them.
Geisha houses are basically brothels, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, she thinks that place is a bit too mature for her. She's gonna go find Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry made a similar decision, so that makes perfect sense. And you will then, I'm going to move you over to the Lonely Bahia as you guys go to a bar instead, which, I mean, is it that much better? But yeah, we will start things off there then, actually, in the Lonely Bahia. As Sakura, or Jerry, you will notice Sakura making an approach, and Sakura, you will arrive at the tavern. You'll see Spike just. Oh, actually, is Spike inside or outside? Oh. Oh well.
Excellent timing.
The timing was on point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you will see Jerry sitting there. Are you going to go and join him?
She kind of like sort of like she's disappointed. She's like, oh damn it! I thought Jerry said he was going to the general store. There's a tavern.
Yeah, you would have probably you would just be catching up at him at the Lonely Bee here. Oh, sorry, Jerry, are you here?
Yeah, it's just walking to a quieter place. It's a bit windy outside.
Sorry, did I close the door there? So, yeah, Sakura, as you arrive here, can you see? Are you on the?
Yeah, I just can't move my token for some reason. Oh wait, it's because no, it's not because the door's closed.
It's because you're opening and closing the door instead of clicking on the token. I'll move.
Thank you.
I think it's just because you're so close to the.
No, I still can't move
There we
this. I'm like dragging it, but it's not moving. Nah,
Oh,
it's okay.
it's because it's
Because we're in
initiative
combat
right
movement.
now.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
I tried moving around and I was like, oh, okay, why is the party token not moving? There we go. There we go.
Welcome to the same problem I had with library.
hello, Jerry. Put Jerry's volume up. Oh fuck, Jerry's volume is already at full.
Have you tried to power your own volume? Because maybe your mic volume isn't, or what's called audio volume isn't set to max.
No, I'm also struggling to hear Jerry.
I think it might be a connection thing.
Yeah, possibly. But yeah, you will see that in this tavern there are quite a few rough-looking types. That some sailors that look like they may be not so legal characters. You know what I mean? Like say
Yeah.
pirates. And there are two people in samurai armor, and the woman is just leaning on the bar, drinking heavily, and she seems to have been crying.
Kurt doesn't really want to get involved with random people, you know, stranger danger and all that.
Yeah. All right. So you you sit down next to Jerry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
Yes, that sounds fine.
We can hear you.
Yeah. I'm indoors now, so a bit better.
All right. So what are you doing as you see Sakura come and join you there at the table?
Super kind of a bit late. Slept in.
She kind of like waves awkwardly. So what are we doing in a bar?
I'm just waiting for the rest of the party. I went to the geisha house, and actually, they've been there for quite a while now.
Oh no.
I already managed to swing by the general store and get here.
She nods and she I really don't think I want to know what they're doing there for that long. But I think the geisha house is definitely a bit too mature for me. I'm not ready to go in one of those yet.
Nothing specific. There's a market here. Maybe you can buy something for yourself. We did buy some. We're trying to disguise ourselves before going in the other town nearby, so they won't know we're a dragon clan. Did you get anything for yourself?
as in like bought anything for myself. No. Haven't really done much. Just had a talk with Lady Sumihime.
Oh,
Did you get anything nice for yourself?
yeah. I got a few things I might need later on. Nothing special.
You guys can return to the market if you like, if Jerry wants to show Sakura where that is, because although you definitely would have seen it on your way in, there is one market that is basically the central point of this town. That it looks like a giant flea market, and yet then there is the harbor where there are lots of fishermen and stuff selling their wares.
I mean, I think Sakura's down to go anywhere, as long as it's not the geisha house.
You can continuing, unless you're just hoping they'll come to us when they're done.
Yeah, I hope so too. Maybe we should go and see the market while they're busy. I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet.
Or I'll lead the way and just finish whatever sake I've got left in the glass and walk out.
All right, cool. So you guys head back out into the town, and we will cut back over to the geisha house as things are heating up. And something broke when playing the track.
Most
that
likely,
sounds like
you most likely just click. If you click the combat carousel, I think that will bring up the combat carousel.
No, I mean the music one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds so interesting," and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna hear that anyway."
Okay, now it's working. Oh, there you go. Oh, what the hell? I'm so confused. Oh, wait, we played at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay, maybe it'll work next time.
Yeah, it's working now.
Well, yeah, this is the first one, but it's in the queue. Cool. So, yeah, as we return. mm, okay, there we go. So we return to June's fairy dragon as I think it was your turn when we last
Yeah,
left off,
it
as
casted
June was
an
chasing that
illusion.
way, and yeah, your fairy dragon currently sees Z fighting off two succubi. What would you like to do?
Yeah, so I think the previous turn it cast an illusion of a Dragon Clan samurai shouting, "The demons are here, we've got to kill them all," to
Oh
really
yes,
rile up the place.
I have to say I was so freaking confused why there was a samurai standing outside the door. I'm like, I think June might have summoned that, but I honestly cannot remember.
And this actually brings something interesting up, because if this is demons or devils, because there's a big difference between which one of the succubi it is.
Yeah, you can make a check to try and figure that out on your turn. But right now, it's hard to tell. Z is just fighting them off as best she can. You have got the you've got the samurai standing outside the door. The door is closed. The dragon was just peering over the little wall here in the rafters. So
Yeah,
was that? Yeah, I think it's new turn now.
yeah. So yeah, it's currently sitting between the rafters and can look in on both this side and the other side. So that's why it can see the illusion. But for now, it's gonna drop its invisibility. I think actually, as bonus action, equipment. Okay, yeah, so the invisibility will have dropped as well at the end of the last turn. I forgot about that. But it is going to use its Euphoria Breath on the closest succubus. I really hope they don't have resistance to sleep. But yeah, so it needs to make a DC 11 Wisdom save.
Okay, wisdom save. Let's see all the rolls. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. 1 sec. Oh, I don't know why the time has not been.
Yeah, you may want to put the thing in the combat calendar where when you press stop or pause or unpause, then the timer starts.
Yeah, it used to do that, but for some reason it didn't. Okay, anyway, let's. Sorry, wisdom save. It's just done something weird to my saves here. Isn't this news? Right, but okay, that's a fail.
Nice. Okay, so for the next minute, the target can't take reactions and must roll a d6 at the start of each of its turn to determine the behavior during the turn. It doesn't say it can redo the saving throw. Yeah, it can't redo the saving throw at the end of its turn or anything, so yeah.
All right, yeah, please. So just read that for me one more time.
So yeah,
It is
the dragon exhales a puff of euphoria gas at one creature within 5 feet. The target must make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, or for 1 minute, the target can't take reactions and must roll a D6 at the start of each of its turns to determine the behavior during the turn. On a 1 to 4, the target takes no action or bonus action and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. On a 5 to 6, the target doesn't move, and the only thing it can do on its turn is make a DC 11 Wisdom save, ending the effects on itself. There you go. So it can only end the effects on a 5 and a 6.
okay. Cool. Yeah. So
That is a really good
just,
ability, but really low DC.
yeah. Well, she rolled really low, so you just see her eyes sort of roll back as they're now just glittering, and she seems completely taken by this effect. Yes. Is that all you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, the fairy dragon is going to scurry away now. Now that the succubus can't take opportunity attacks, it's just going to scurry along the top, and it's going to just chill over there between this room and this room over here, keeping an eye out. So I'll just paste it here so I can actually get vision of the area.
Okay. Cool.
And that'll be
Yeah.
the fairy dragon's turn.
If I place it there, do you have vision of all of
No,
the?
fortunately.
Nope, there's no. I think it
wishful thinking.
don't have a observant, which is
Yeah. Okay.
the
So
thing.
then that is going to take us on to Z, who sees this fairy dragon just blow this gas in the succubus's face, and then she's going to try and disengage, and she's going to try and dive through the door, but she's just diving directly through the door and does not see the samurai on the other side. So it is an illusion, right?
Yes, it is an illusion.
So okay, so she accidentally just runs straight into the other room and smashes into the cupboard, but then turns around looking confused and just says, "Thank you, sir." And then she just starts running towards, and yeah, she just follows in the same direction as the fairy dragon,
Yeah,
looking pretty scared.
the fairy dragon will give a small growl as it sees it go past and goes, "Rawr."
She just goes, "Ah!" And with that, All right. So what does she have to roll? It is
A d6, please.
okay. 2.
A 2. The target takes no action or bonus action and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. So, 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I will.
So, yeah, I'll quickly roll a d8 to determine the direction. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will move towards over there.
All right. And she just stumbles in that direction, stumbles into the bookcase, just looking high as a kite, and that is where she ends her. And Estrella, meanwhile, over here,
Yep.
Estrella, you are currently cornered, and this succubus is trying to trap you in there. What are you doing?
What I'm doing is that with my left hand, I'm tracing a symbol while while I'm speaking to the succubus and saying, "Miss Serena, wouldn't it be better if you worked with us? I'm thinking one that is, guess, good with gathering information could be valuable, and killing you seems like a really big loss. So why don't you join me?" And I extend my right hand while I just, with my left hand, has finished tracing the symbol of protect evil and good. Let me just find that
Okay.
spell, which also means that it ends the. Let me see. It also means, since it's a concentration, where is that spell? Weird. Wait. Why doesn't it list the first level spells? Oh well, just gonna pull it from the D&D Beyond so we can see what it does. The protection from evil and good. Yeah. It should post, but that means that the concentration on Hex is gone, and that is how I end my turn.
Okay, you can give me 2 checks actually. Can you give me just go back for a second. Can you give me 1 a nature check and 2 a persuasion check, please?
Nature and persuasion, you say?
Yes, and okay, yeah, you cannot tell if this is a demon or a devil. There's too much happening right now for you to actually tell the difference.
Yeah, and let's see what it says. I hate it. See, it's a 28.
Okay. Cool, yeah, she will respond to you on her turn.
Yeah, and that
But
ends the turn. And just in case you wonder what the protection does, the main effect is basically that she can't charm me anymore, and all
yeah,
attacks towards me, attacks, not saving throws, will be at disadvantage because she is a fiend.
she she's as she's about to strike, she stops in her tracks and she says, "Wait, you're offering me a job?" And she will slowly begin to shift back into her original form. Well, original is sort of subjective, but she will turn back into the form of the geisha, and she will just uh, stop right where she is standing and just say that, "Wait, you're offering me a job?" And then it is going to take us, that will be the end of her turn. We'll get back to you in a second, as the harpy on this side runs up to the door and says, "Oh wait, why is she gone? What the hell's happening there?" Okay, and she sees the samurai on the other side and immediately stops. I need you to give me a intimidation check, please, June.
Intimidation? Sure. Intimidation. There we go. Not great, but 15.
Okay, she will just sort of stop and say, "Get out of my way, sir. This is no place for you." And she will just start trying to speak to this, though she will, as she sort of moves forward, uh, yeah, with a 15, she's currently confused by that and will end her turn. But June, that is going to take us on to you as you are currently heading down the walkway with the two pirates behind you.
Yeah, June's gonna act all like a big asshole who doesn't gain what he paid for, and all that shit. It's like, what is going on? And he's gonna be marching through, stomping around like he owns the place. He's gonna walk over here, sees Z over there, and goes, "Z, what is going on?"
Yeah, she looks terrified and she looks back and she goes, "What the fuck is this place?"
And June will also give a small wink because she's putting on an act just to give her an idea what's going on. She does in fact know what's going on.
Yeah, as you look over at Z, you get the impression she does not.
Okay.
She seems afraid and very confused as to what has just happened.
All right. So I think I moved 30 feet, right? Yeah, I did. Damn it. Okay. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do?
Be invisible on the map is what you do at the moment.
Let's see.
What is your passive perception again?
For June 29.
Yeah, with the 29, you will be able to hear the conversation that Estrella is having with the other succubus on the other side of the wall that you are currently standing. Um, you you hear her busy, like offering an opportunity, and someone going, "Wait, you're offering me a job?"
All right. Hearing this, I'll be like, it's probably a good idea to notify everybody else. And I'll cast a quick sending to Jerry and say, "Hey, Jerry, we've got an issue at the uh, geisha house. They are, in fact, succubuses. Please come and help us out." Yeah, it's 22 words.
Yeah, I was I was counting. Nice. Uh,
22 words
all
on
right.
the dot as well.
Yes, because you guys are not currently in combat. Oh, Jerry is not currently in the chat either. He did say that if he disappeared, um, he might be gone like 15 minutes tops.
Okay,
So
I'll send Sakura instead, just for the
okay.
so we can get immediate response.
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's here either. She said BRB. Sakura, are you here?
Oh
Did you
fuck!
hear
I
that?
forgot to say I'm back. I'm back.
Okay,
Okay.
did you hear what the message that June just sent?
Yes. Um.
So we'll
Wait,
say
you send it
I
to
will allow
Jerry?
you to respond. He was sending it to Jerry, but because Jerry's not in the chat right now, we'll say he was sending it. You both get it.
What?
Maybe you're trying to suss out a market vendor and head detect thoughts up or something.
Or maybe
Doesn't matter.
Jerry.
You hear the message as
Actually,
well.
the
You can
way I
respond.
imagine it is Jerry is like, God damn it, they got in trouble in the geisha house. That's how I imagine it. Her hearing it.
I mean,
Either
Jerry
way,
would
she
will
will be
probably just
responsive.
relay that message to you. So maybe you would ask for the exact wording, and you would gotten a response as well. But I will say that you would be instructing Jerry on a response instead, so you can give the response to the message 25 words.
So we should wait for Jerry because I think Sakura is not huge on going to the geisha house.
Okay, leave your party in danger. That's fine.
It's not even legal for her to be there. as a minor.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal because there are succubuses there.
Yeah, look, I mean, the legality of prostitution is probably, I would assume, in Kanasa is not an issue at all. It would be less taboo in this world. Bear in mind, the, a geisha house could mean very different things. It might be just like a bathhouse with pretty people working there, and it might be something that I'm definitely not going to include in the D&D game. So
Okay.
there's yeah, there are levels, but you will see that it is quite a large estate, like quite a fancy looking building. It doesn't look like some seedy strip club, you know.
Okay. She'll, I guess she'll tell Jerry to say they're coming, and she's not happy about it. She was enjoying the market.
Yeah, we'll get back to what you actually managed to pick up in the market, but probably not much as they are definitely drawing you away from this. So you guys are now aware that the fight is that something is happening at the geisha house. Are you going to start heading that way?
Yeah, and she's just like sort of praying to the kami that it's not that kind of geisha house, you know?
Yeah, like preparing your young eyes for what they may see.
Yep.
I mean, it's
Okay,
not a
yeah.
strip house, it's private rooms.
Yeah, no, I love the innocence of you as the player coming through here and your character like not knowing what to actually expect when actually this is a Japanese geisha house. It's pretty classy, but that's debatable as well. So back to June, as you you get the impression Sakura is going to be dragging Jerry back this way, or they'll both reluctantly be on their way here soon.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's action, bonus action movement. Actually, bonus action. Nah, don't. I'll say, Z, get yourself up together, and I'll give her a small bardic inspiration, and that'll be my turn.
All right, nice. Do we have a thing for inspired?
We actually technically do. You could click the. I don't know if NPCs has it, but if they have the inspired, you can do that, and then if you have the monk little thing, it would show on that.
Yeah, that's. I'm looking for that button, which I thought was here somewhere. Oh well, but that's cool. Z's got bardic inspiration. It's just remembered for that. So that is going to then take us onto one of the pirates that is following behind, and we will say because their initiatives are right next to each other, they will move together as the two of them are just going, oh, what the hell's going on? Eh, so what is the problem exactly? Did you say your friend was in trouble? And they're just currently moving up behind you, but not entirely sure what it is you want from them.
We shall see.
That, then your fairy dragon is going to be up again. What's it doing?
All right, what is it gonna do now? I think it can roll to see if its Euphoria Breath. What's face? Excuse me. Recharges. So let's quickly check that.
Wait a second. Is the dragon a
Yeah,
familiar?
charges. Yes, indeed it is.
Oh, you didn't see the little thing. No, wait. It's not an attack. Because familiars can't attack. Unless you are chain.
Huh?
Because this thing is technically still alive since you found it. We can review that rule later. We'll say it can attack for now.
Alright. So yeah, it's just gonna for now. Yeah, it's gonna hop along the. I'm basically giving it full control. It's not actually Jin that's doing it. She basically told the dragon to go. go help out Z. That's it. And so it's doing that to the best of its ability, and it's a smart creature as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is this is an animal you actually found and have turned into a familiar, as opposed to just summoning a regular familiar. But
Yeah, it has 14
we will,
intelligence. So
yeah, we'll discuss that again after.
yeah. So it's gonna hop along the above the combat and stuff. It's gonna go over here again and shoot out a Euphoria Breath against the other succubus. So another wisdom save, please.
There's probably another fail. What's the DC?
11.
Okay, then she just got 11. She rolled a 10, and she's got a +1.
Ah, damn it. Okay. So she isn't taken up from it. Then the seeing the fairy dragon, seeing that it's not taken effect, it will use its bonus action to turn invisible, and then yeah, that's all it will do as it's watching everything from the rafters.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it disappears up in the raft, and Z will just seeing this. She'll just say, "Yep, I'm inspired. Let's go, let's go." And she's going to use her action to dash. Or actually, she'll just she'll get up to you, and then she just bolts right past you. She says, "Thanks," and runs right around the side of the building. That is going to be her turn as one of the geisha. This one is still under the effect, but at this point, it's another d6. Right?
Indeed, yeah.
That's a 5.
5, so it can roll. It doesn't move, but it can roll another DC 11 Wisdom save to end the
Electricity's back on, so I'm gonna disappear for a few minutes.
cool beans. So yeah, it gets to redo the save basically.
Yep, got a 6.
Yeah, still under the effect. It doesn't move, doesn't really do anything else. It can use an action though, from the looks of it. Yeah.
All right, then sure, it will use its action, but you probably can't see it from where you are. Oh no, you've got the party token. Get that out of here. There's no party in there.
You could actually, yeah, maybe placing it here would be a thing if there's any. No, I can. Yeah, I can see June with that.
Yeah, actually, that's true. June's fairy dragon is over there, so we'll give you the vision of that. I'm putting it in this one.
I still
Technically, it's
wonder
a
no,
why.
rock, so you can
over there,
actually see
so-
into the room as well.
I still wonder why the fairy dragon doesn't give me vision on the stream.
Because it's currently invisible. So, but that is going to be that geisha's turn. As Estrella, you are up again. Although it seems that she is no longer attacking you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm saying like yes. After all, I don't really care if you are from a demon or a devil. All I want is information. So, if you want to join me, then we can surely. Yes. And I guess it will be beneficial for both of us. But what do you say? And she just outstretches both of her hands as a gesture of goodwill and ends her turn, waiting for the response of this geisha.
Yeah, she is up next. So she goes. Well, I don't understand. Your reaction sort of made me think that you were perhaps this may have been your first time. But do you own a house or something? I mean, honestly, looking at you, I thought the house mother might offer you a job. But if if the pay is good, and she will just she'll just sort of casually make her way back over to the table and just say, "Hi, I'm listening," and she'll sit down and just lean against the table. She now seems completely like that combat. She doesn't seem to mind that it even happened at all. She seems completely calm. But we will say for now, the two of you are out of combat, and the succubus at the door is going to is currently just halted here by the samurai, and the dragon just breathed in her face, and she's oh, fuck this, and she slams the door in their face. And with that, it is going to take us to June.
Excellent. So yeah, again, Jin using the axe of the asshole. She, whatever, is gonna go stomping in, and she just shouting, "What the hell is going on in here? Blah! I just saw my apprentice running off. What is happening?" Really making a big scene.
All right, yeah. And are you currently aggressive? Are you heading over there to fight, or are you just
No,
you're
no,
throwing up your arms like I want to speak to the manager kind of?
yeah, I'm going full Karen right now.
Yeah. All right. Well
Wait,
then, if as you go full Karen, that is going to bring us out of combat.
Excellent.
As yes, you guys. Oh, actually, all right. So as you start shouting, I can move these over.
Yeah, the fairy dragon will drop the illusion as well, and also just yeah, she'll it will just stay in the rafters, not bothering anybody.
You will hear um, you will hear figures moving down the walkway. It's hard to turn multiple tokens at once.
It's no problem.
it is a problem, believe me.
No, I mean it's no problem to wait.
Yeah, so the two pirates follow in quickly behind you. And behind them, you see a procession of women walking in. You see the woman that you saw out in the gardens, that she is between two of the women in black robes, but leading them is a woman in golden robes who makes her way around the table and then approaches you from the side, and she seems to be holding her hands up as just sorry, 1 second, let me give her the right language. For some reason she common wasn't on there. And she says, excuse me, what seems to be the problem here, sir?
I've just seen my apprentice running out from one of the rooms in complete fear, with complete fear in her eyes. What is going on in this damn geisha house?
She lets out a deep sigh and just says, I, is it her first time?
Probably, but
I'm back. What? What happened?
No, nothing. Don't worry.
You just missed she running
June
away
June
from
basically
a
diffused the
geisha.
situation like a boss.
Well, yeah, June is currently speaking to the manager of the geisha house, and Z has fled
Okay.
while Estrella is busy offering the geisha a job. But yeah, June she just sighs, asking, "Well, that is often a response to first timers, especially the nobles. They tend to misunderstand what it is we do here. I'm afraid coming so early in the morning, we let the new girl lead you in. Perhaps she didn't give you the right guide. I'm very sorry, sir. I will be happy to make it up to you."
And June will put her face in her face and just say, "I suggest you tell me what's going on right now," and I call suggestion.
Yeah, you feel as you try to cast suggestion, you like stare into her eyes, and you just see the spell sort of create this sheen over her eyes that, as quickly as it appears, disappears, and you get the impression that this woman is immune to being charmed. Uh, there is some sort of an effect. Is this the one? I'm just checking that this is the one that's immune to being. Yes. Okay, so yeah, that is your spell fails, but she says, "I would be happy to explain, sir. There's no need for that." And she just points to the other geisha and she say that this is a service that we provide here. Have you not? I take it you're new to Kanasa. The locals call this the Maiden's Veil. Um, of course, these, well, let's say my girls fulfill very specific kinds of tastes. I assume your friend did not know that. And the pirate from behind you just he steps forward and he goes, "Oh, this is this, this is the wrong place to just wander into, friend. Really, no one briefed you?"
I'm so confused.
June is also confused. June will peer at the guy behind them. Either
Just
way,
sort of,
I will be leaving now.
"Oh no, don't go. You just got here. Don't let your friend scare you off. This place is really something if you give it a chance." And the house mother just she smiles, but a sort of strained smile, and she says, "Yes, I'm sure some people have got their issues with this place, but please understand, the women here have been hired as geisha to serve the sailors and pirates that spend long months at sea. They have a job to do, and if I did not provide the place for them to do it, they would be pulling sailors off their ships and feeding on them out there. Here, at least, they can do it safely with people who are willing to give. It is not without consent from both parties, though this is one of the few choices that these creatures have. I am very sorry that your friend was unaware of the circumstances she was walking into. My name is Madame Moriko.
Yeah, don't
I'm
worry, I was just speaking to myself.
sorry, carry on.
No, don't worry, I was just speaking to myself. I didn't know it was that loud.
She just introduces herself as Madame Moriko, and she says, "This is my establishment. I provide a safe haven for the creatures that would otherwise be slaughtered as monsters."
Damn, this is a monster girl establishment. I didn't realize that. Yeah, either way, Gina's going to continue the angry customer ploy, and she's going to try storm out.
You see the other two geisha that are standing with the woman you requested, all just look at you like this, sort of throwing their hands up, like, "What? Where the fuck's he going?" And she says, "I am sorry, sir. I do hope that you'll come back." And just you see her just sigh and then turn to the other girls and start just berating them for not explaining things properly, as the other two pirates just let out bellowing laughter as you start making your way outside.
I'm still confused.
Don't worry, I'm also slightly confused. But Gina's very good at getting out of situations she doesn't want to be in, and good thing she has a different face on, so and storms out like the angry customer she is.
All right. Yeah, and as you storm out, you will see Sakura and Jerry approaching on the road.
Yeah, I'll stay in my disguise and try and ignore them just to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, you see an angry. Well, please describe what you what they see walking out of the geisha house.
Yeah, it looks like a very important noble. Has the haircut of the samurai, just a small mustache, and basically a small goatee going. Um, Nose is a little bit too big though, and yeah, his face is red with anger.
She just kind of bows to him. She's like trying to not. She's like very nervous about going
Does
to the geisha house.
doesn't
You
even
can
realize
see
you're doing anything and is storming off.
where did Jerry go? Jerry needs to be the emotional support.
Does she need to what's called support mouse?
Yes.
Emotional support rat.
Yeah, exactly. I see you have seen that stream.
Eh?
Outlast with I can't recall Kiara and Gura.
Okay.
Oh, meanwhile, what is Estrella busy doing? As the succubus seems to have turned back into her geisha form and is just sitting, waiting to hear what kind of job offer you were offering her now.
Well, what I seek is information, since information can be as valuable as gold, and she just like just slides like 50 koku, like what's it called, like what you call it, like passively, like over the table, and yeah, it is
You hear
a good
thump, thump,
information.
thump, 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 and see through the window. You just see Z running, screaming down the passage through the window and back towards the exit. But you just kind of see this through the window as she runs past as you're speaking.
Oh, I guess not everybody enjoys your kind of company. Such a shame.
She sighs and says, "Yes, we've had a couple of Ronin breaking in, trying to assassinate some of the girls. It has been a problem, but Madame Moriko keeps us safe. Um, would you be able to provide the same sort of security? Because honestly, I mean, the sailors are bad, but at least here we don't have to, hunt for our own food."
Sure, I can find a way to provide food for you. Well, I don't understand how she did it, but well, if she can do it, then I guess as a student I would be able to find a way to provide you food, and if you can gather information that is well worth extending the hand of hospitality, which means that I, by law, is expected to protect you, which means I can expect divine punishment should anything happen to you.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's a yeah, a 26.
She kind of just pulls her robes over her shoulders a little bit more, just closing it up, and she says, I mean, it is really tempting, your offer, but I mean, that's what this whole place was built for, so that we could be safe and feed safely and all that. I mean, I can't imagine just abandoning Madame Mariko after everything she's done for me. That, and she just sighs and she says, have you got maybe like some way I could contact you? Maybe I could take some time to think it through."
Well, and she just like pulls up her book and slides over. If you write this book and relax, it's not a contract. It's merely a way that I can contact you and you can reply back with what you find. Since if this place really is a safe haven for your kind, then it would be wrong of me to take you away from here, since. And for a moment, like a look of sadness runs over the last one. Well, I failed to protect her, and I hope to somehow fix that mistake.
Give me one more persuasion check, this time with disadvantage, because you are offering her, asking for her to sign there, and it's a particular trigger for this.
That's a first.
What?
What? What?
She says, "Okay, well, as I said, I'll think about it. I assume for this you'd need my real name, or
Well,
will Rainer be okay?"
no, Rainer should be okay, I guess. This book doesn't really care about real names, since in case I was to write some big shot that was like, let's say his name would be really bad if it came out. I guess it's more the thing I imagine it to be. So even if you are not called Rainer, that doesn't really matter. I think Rainer is enough because that's what I know you under. I think that's all it requires.
She will write in Infernal. She will scribe her name, and she will say, "Okay, well, it has been a pleasure meeting you, but I think I must go before the madam hears me speaking of these things. Uh, Thank you very much. I will leave you to." And she just awkwardly sort of bows and then turns around to the door.
Have fun with another customer, and may they treat you as the jewel you are. And with that, Astrea just starts walking off towards the exit of the geisha house.
Yeah, DM, I'm back.
All right, perfect timing.
Yeah, what I said would happen. So I'm here now. It shouldn't happen again.
Yeah, it's perfect because Astrea just pulled off her master plan. As she said, she had a plan.
So, Jerry, what you missed was June sent a message basically saying that they needed help at the geisha house, and but Sakura took that message because you weren't there. So currently, you and Sakura are approaching the geisha house. You have just seen an angry man storm out, seeing like his very dissatisfied customer, and you are all now seeing. Well, you also saw Z. That this is new information, as Z has just bolted out of the building as well, and is currently on her hands and knees in the dirt, just panting, catching her breath, and her sword is lying on the dirt in front of her, but she seems like she just escaped from the building. And not long after that, Estrella will be making her way outside as well. So you are all regrouping outside here.
And Estrella
But,
just looks at She and it's like,
Sakura looks
so
very-
She, did you have an enjoyable experience? It was quite valuable.
Oh my
This
god,
experience.
you're alive! Did you kill that thing? How did you get out, Estrella?
Yeah, June will walk up behind her and say, "You're welcome, by the way."
Estrella just looks at She and is like, you know what? Why kill something that you can get information from? I merely offered it something that was more valuable than my life, plus who knows?
Oh my god, Estrella, you let them eat your soul? Why? They were. I mean, why wouldn't you just try and stop them? At least we fought so many. Oh my god. Oh,
My
and she
soul,
just now looks very sad.
I think
You did a brilliant job, by the way, Z, running away like that. Very good job. And June gives her a small applaud.
Well,
And then she suddenly gasps and she says, "Your dragon's still in there."
No, it doesn't. And then it just appears on her shoulder as it comes out of invisibility.
Just goes and slumps down against this lamppost and is just like holding her head in her hands, trying to make sense of what just happened.
And don't look at She as like, well, I think I signed my soul away long ago. And this what's called look of sadness is, while she was still alive, I signed it away to try to protect her, but wasn't enough. She just slanks down at the wall of the building, just a bit tired.
Z just points back at the building and goes, "Hey, Kit was not one of those things."
No, she wasn't. But still, they're not evil. You just doesn't see the valuable of them. My master did see the value of having one of them close.
I'm sensing some animosity between the two of you. I'm going to let you guys deal with that. Hey, guys! And waves at Sakura and Jerry as they approach.
Yeah,
Sakura,
quickly
right
turns
back.
to Boy.
I'm just. Sakura says she's be right back, so I'm here.
I actually wonder, is there even a food stand near the geisha house?
Jerry just
in the mouth.
Jerry just walking with Sakura, eating one of the apples he bought. We're approaching the group, so taking a bite from the apple, with the mouth still full. He's still chewing. So you're done?
Indeed. I kept these two safe, and clearly I completely misjudged the nature of this geisha house.
So in the city filled with rogues, pirates, and thieves, what did you expect exactly?
Well, I didn't
He takes
expect
another bite.
girls. Yeah, there's a few succubus in there. They seem friendly.
So, fluttering, or still anything to check around here?
I don't think so. I think I got what I came here for.
I see that wordplay right there.
No, I didn't have my way, but, well, in a sense I did.
Z goes, "I don't think it was just succubi in there. Did you see there were ones in other... When I was running out, there was one sitting by the river. I think she might have had a tail. Like no legs, just a tail."
Oh,
Do you need to go
Alania.
kill them, or
Man, you should come with me once I visit the village of the Quaddle tribe. I think they have gorgons, and they also have lamias and other kind of creatures that only have tails. I think they would like to make your acquaintance.
No thanks. I think back to the markets or fucking wherever Taton was.
Didn't the princess say that we wasn't supposed to say that we was in Taton? I'm pretty sure she said that last time. That we wasn't supposed to speak about it. We was just supposed to... Well, she said we were supposed to go to Taton, but she also said that we wasn't supposed to go to speak about going to Taton. That really... It's actually very confusing.
You just said it like 5 times.
Yeah, you're right, Astray. I get it. I'm just a little bit now, okay? I didn't know that was gonna happen. And she just like mimes zipping her lips and she's like, okay, I get it. So what then? Because I'm not going back in there. Maybe you need more information, but maybe before we go into a place like that again, we decide what information it actually is that we're trying to get.
Maybe we should get the gift for Sakura and then get on our way to the watering and the firing as there's much of time.
Yeah, she turns and she goes, and I'm the one just blabbing. Like, shut up! and she just like starts waving her hands wildly in the same way that it's like, okay, look, how about? And she takes a few steps closer and whispers. She goes, all right, how about? I don't mention Taton, and you don't mention that, huh? Okay, I thought you already got something.
Oh, you mean yeah. You're right. We should totally go to Nyx. That's right. That's
I can hear you.
Yeah, what? Nothing. Sakura, whatever you do, do not go in here. And she just like pretends like nothing was going on. You can give me an hand, but
yeah, I think she is right. You are not ready for that kind of experience.
Just like a girl's hostel, right, Z?
Sakura she might done something fishy, but she agrees. I don't think I'm ready for whatever's in there. If Z came running out like that, it must be some pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, I actually wonder.
She's really scared of tea. I don't know why.
I wonder, is there a Triton or a sea elf in there? Because that would be fishy.
Let's just go back to the ship.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's get on our way to
the watering.
Yes, the watering. And then we can get to the firing. After all, unless we are lucky that time runs in like the day repeats itself as a loop, then I
throw the apple at Estrella. The apple I'm chewing, I'm throwing it at Estrella.
Protection from Apple.
Apple doesn't discriminate; it hits everything.
Apple, I see it as a fiend.
Yeah. So, to the airship.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can Jin take a small detour to go to the general store and then to the ship?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, this whole town is open to you guys. It is still only 9:30 in the morning. You haven't been here that long.
So I actually wonder if June, like, let's say June and Astray goes to the general store, the rest of the people goes and get the thing and land it like here, so we can jump on it there. It wouldn't be the most weird
the
thing.
ship into a city filled with criminals.
Yeah, small idea.
Just go to the general store. Let's come back, and we'll head to the watering. There are probably a lot more things to see at the festival. The faster we get the ring, the faster we get to the festival.
Oh,
Z goes, "We've still got a couple days, Jerry. We got this." And she just is very much trying to calm herself.
Oh man, like now I really regret that I don't have the modified memory, because then I could have trolled her, like, to just imagine that actually today would be the 18th of Cheswick.
Well, she wishes you had modified memory too, trust me. As you guys all head over to the general store, I take it everyone's sticking together.
indeed.
You will see.
Supper must think that Z's biggest fear now is just geishas.
Who knows? I can just imagine that. That'd be so fun.
Geishas are friendly. Very friendly.
That's what you said. But is that reality?
You will see as you guys arrive. Beggars. There is a beggar sitting outside who looks very happy when you arrive, and he says, "Oh, hello again, sir," and he just waves at Jerry very enthusiastically.
Estrella has just been friendly and throws him, or puts like 10 koku is his ball. I presume it's that kind of like beggar. And say like, get you something nice to eat.
His
Jeez.
jaw just drops and his eyes go wide.
He's having a great day.
No, you can actually change it to 11 koku.
He looks up at you with just tears in his eyes. He says, "Miss, thank you. Where have you come from? You people are amazing."
Now I just imagine like us being like seen as gods.
Kami-sama, where are you going?
Die.
Sorry, were you asking that to them?
No.
Was
Kami
it a ref-
sama basically means great goddess.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Kame-sama.
I'm
Sorry, I
really
misheard
yeah.
you.
I'm playing up the goddess thing.
Yeah, no, he is definitely at this point looking at you like he is seeing God. He is looking at you like these must be some sort of holy people that have just walked into town, because no one in this town is that generous, and this is more money than he's seen in months or possibly years, all at once at least. And he looks incredibly grateful as he just prostrates himself in front of you and is on his knees, and he just says, "Arigato gozaimasu, domo arigato gozaimasu," and he's just bowing and crying at the same time. But yeah, you all arrive at the general store, and there is a man standing behind the counter who seems a little bit nervous as he sees the group approaching outside, and seems to be looking over you with a careful eye.
And I'm
June's
like,
in her normal samurai form.
and Estrella is like walking up and it's leaning in to like whisper, and it's like, so what do you think a girl would like as a birthday gift?
He sighs and says, "I don't know. Aren't you a girl? Wouldn't you know?"
And I'm like, well, I already have my geisha, so that's fine. But what is like? Do you have something spice or something? Maybe.
I mean, my wife has lots of pots and pans. Maybe one of those.
That sounds like a perfect idea.
Get back into the kitchen.
He just sort of mutters under his breath. Yes, yes. Well, we've got lots of pots and pans there at the back. I'm sure something lovely for your wife. Maybe I don't know. We've got some smoke bombs for your kids.
Do you have some maybe sharpening stone?
Oh yeah. Whetstones over here, and he'll just point into the corner where you see that there are bags of stones that you see they are mostly gemstones. You see these sort of amber and purple gemstones that are just glistening there, and stacked up next to them are just a couple of whetstones, as well as I think you can actually see there just in front of the
Give
in
me,
front of the counter.
give me one of the finest whetstone you have: a topaz and an amethyst.
Well, you know your gems, ma'am. Absolutely. And he will bring you a sharpening stone. What is, I can't remember what the actual item is called.
I'm not even sure there is a sharpening stone for that.
Stone.
Or
There is.
These are saddlehead one. It's just a whetstone, I think.
you think about
Oh,
the
yeah.
iron stone.
No, it is just called a whetstone. I thought they had some weird fantasy name for
The closest thing is cleaning stone.
it. Yeah, the whetstone. Actually, I'm trying to remember. So
Yeah, it's WHET stone.
no, I've added it to your inventory there, Astray. You should have one already. I'm looking for, yeah, and you'll get a topaz and an amethyst gemstone.
Yep. And now we just have to figure out how much that is, so I can attract that from my currently wealthy amount of stuff.
Yeah, okay, so sorry, I'm trying to look it up. So you will, for the amethyst gemstone, those are a koku each, but the topaz gemstones he's selling for only 10 silver each, and the whetstone he will that is supposed to be half a koku, so yeah, he'll give it to you for.
You know what? We just make it easy and just slide him like 3 koku.
Oh, thank you very much, ma'am. Please take some fruit if you like. Have an apple. We've got apples and bananas over there.
She's like looking for if there is a coconut.
Oh, no, miss, no coconuts. You'll have to go to further up on the beaches for that. But I would avoid the beaches today, ma'am. I've heard that there are quite a few sailors out hunting the things that washed up on shore this morning.
She looks disappointing and grabs a banana and walks off and eats the banana.
All right. So Astray's got a sharpening stone and some potassium. What are the rest of you doing?
June wanted something. I already got what I needed.
Yeah. Jin will buy a very specific thing. I will DM what I'm gonna buy, and it should be something. It's quite a basic thing, but it is for Sakura, so I'm gonna keep that a secret now.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, I'll let you know
And
when
Sakura
when I buy it.
getting her a shovel or something. Let's see. Yeah, let me. Just a like loaf of bread that molds by the time you actually.
Just a couple handfuls of grain.
So we'll ask for a sleight of hand check to do this without Sakura seeing, because she has
Oh no. I think
come with you.
she would probably. I'm actually thinking she might talk to this dude over here and ask how he got here in life. You know, like
Oh yeah.
yeah, just have like
Yeah,
a
he will
conversation.
happily. I would say, come stand over here, dearie. You're right there in the sun. And he just invites you over, I'd like you to give me a perception check, as yes, this beggar will happily regale you with the tale of how he came here by ship. He was originally from the north of Kika, and they fell on hard times during raids, but he came here on a ship with a load of tabaxi. They were hunting some sort of tiger creature, and that had attacked their village as well. But
Some
he's
sort of
not made such a good life for himself here. And with a 14, you will possibly be able to see from there through the window. You will see that there is still currently a meeting going on between a couple of unsavory looking people, and I think I put the wrong. Yeah. Oh no, actually, you will now notice that there is some sort of a meeting happening in the back room, and the people in there have got like Yakuza style tattoos. They are pretty rough looking, but
I think she'll finish listening to a story, and then she'll go like super inconspicuous, you know. In other words, she turns into baby fox form, because I mean, who's gonna see like this tiny fox and be like, "Oh, this thing's eavesdropping on our meeting," you know? And because like that's form is like really small, it's gonna like go right up there and see if she can hear what they're saying.
you can absolutely do that. Are you trying to hide this from the beggar at all?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, then he will. That's great. As you're just reinforcing his beliefs, as yeah, you transform. Have you got the button? I don't have it.
at that moment,
No.
you hear Jin shouting, "Kami-sama, where are you?"
Is it this one? Oh no, what is that? I've never seen that before. No,
Oh
that's
God, why is Satan? Why is Satan being summoned?
Oh, that one. That is a lovely teleport animation. I love that so much.
Like the pictures have disappeared from my macros, so it's just like got the names when you hover over it, like a hybrid kids name form. So I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
It sounds like the
There we go. Thank you.
folder is like, it sounds like a pathing error. That happens a lot.
No, that's just because there can be times where when you use all your tails and stuff. that was what that one is for. But right now, yes, you turn into the fox, and the beggar that is sitting there, his eyes just go wide, and he goes, "Oh, I knew it! Oh, you are the and he just starts bowing. He said, I had heard of the nine-tailed wolves that had been born in the New Forests, and you must be their messengers. I am so honored to be in your presence." And he just starts bowing back and
She kind of like awkwardly bows her head to him before going to the window.
Very inconspicuous, right there.
Very.
yeah, I mean, Jerry's also got the glowing winged dog. That's not exactly dissuading him from this.
Just imagine if Azrael summoned the Pegasus.
That a man approaches the window, and you
like,
just
right.
hear him yelling from inside. You just hear him yelling, "Hey, shut up out there!" And Sakura, I'd like you to give me a stealth check.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
All right, yeah, you've successfully remained hidden there against the wall, and he does not notice you as he just starts yelling at the beggar that is currently just bowing down there. As you see the beggar just goes, "But the kami are real, they are real," and he goes, "Don't make me come out there." And you go, "Oh, sorry, I'm sorry." You just hear the man inside go, "Oh, fucking crazy beggars." Sorry, where were we? and they go back to their meeting. You can give me a perception check to try and listen in.
Wait, did we end up taking a long rest or not?
Yeah, on the ship.
Oh yeah.
We-
Then again, technically that's a lie in a sense, since a stray doesn't sleep.
You took a long rest. Long rest does not mean sleep. Well, specifically for you, it doesn't mean sleep for most people. But yeah, you have that.
She might use a
It means
chronal
light
shift.
activity for 8 hours.
She might use a chronal shift. So that's the reroll, not the automatic success. So I don't want
Okay, cool.
question.
Drink.
Okay, that's better.
Question. How many exhaustions are you on at the moment?
I think after that long rest, it should be 0.
Let's see. If you was on 1,
Oh,
then you
yes.
would have disadvantage because of the exhaustion on ability checks.
That's all right. This is you're right up against the window. This this should even be a passive thing. I will allow you to use the reroll on that one. But yeah, do keep track of the exhaustion levels. I thought you healed up by now, but
I think I should be on 0 levels of exhaustion at this point.
Nope. At the
Okay, good.
moment, you would be at 1, since you took
yeah, if
2.
you just clicked it should be keeping track of it. So
Okay.
that says you're on 1.
I just checked the journal and it says 2. Because I write that stuff down.
Yeah, so then it would be bringing you back to 1. So that you are on 1 now. But
Okay.
you hear as you are up against there, you can hear that these guys are busy. They seem to be plotting, and they seem to be organizing to take the dragon turtle. Is what they keep saying. Saying, all right, bring your men down to the beach as soon as you can, and we'll secure it before anyone else finds it. But if anyone finds that Shearer boy, don't let anyone know. All right, that comes back to me. And you see a samurai sitting there who just slowly shakes his head, says, yes, I understand. But they seem to be plotting to go and lay claim to a dragon turtle that has washed up on shore, and they seem like they are going to be arming themselves to do so. Like there may be people fighting over it.
So that's pretty suspicious. Once she's done listening, she'll come over here, turn back into.
Anyway, as soon as Jin sees Sakura walk out in baby fox form, she'll say, "Kami-sama, that's where you went. Come back here." And she'll take the fox, put it on her shoulder, and walk away.
She'll sort of like on Jun's shoulder. She's a bit taken by surprise, but she'll sort of like proudly sit there, like completely appreciating being called a god. I mean,
I just
but
want to see the biggest reaction.
There's about what they said. That they mentioned a guy named Shiro, and there's a dragon turtle that they're hunting, and about wait, she wanted to ask the beggar about the 9-tailed wolf that awoke, because that's the first she's heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, he will still be there. He doesn't seem like he's going anywhere. He just seems very happily like gathering up the koku and shoving it into his pockets. You can see that he has already got a couple of apples and 2 loaves of bread next to him from the money that Jerry gave him earlier, and so he seems to be stashing away all of these coins as best he can.
She'll ask June to take her back quickly.
Okay, well, Kami-sama, you want to go this way? Okay. And she'll wander over.
And she'll ask the beggar about the 9-tailed wolf that awoke.
It is. I thought it was only a rumor, my lady, but there have been tales of a new creature in the Sakura forests. Apparently, the great daimyo of the forest met with a nine-tailed wolf, and they have formed some kind of allegiance. Apparently, they are new kami being born every day, Mrs. I am sorry that I do not know your names yet, but I welcome you to our humble material lands. And he just carries on bowing over and over.
And,
You can,
She
you can just call her
graciously thanks.
Kami-sama.
and a stray just comes out really happy and throws him 2 Kuko small. No, wait a second. 3.
Oh my god. We're just throwing money at this beggar for some reason. Why? We've already given him like 30 koku.
Come on, man. Who knows? Maybe he is secretly like the overguard Chuck Norris.
He is just eternally grateful again, and he says, oh, thank you. You truly are a kami of wealth and prosperity. I never thought. And then he looks around nervously at all of you and he says, well, you have been so generous to me. I could tell you whatever it is you want to hear. You know, I and my friends around here hear many things within the city. I have been sitting outside this window and heard these pirates plotting for weeks. If there is anything you would like to know, please, I would be happy to share any information that I have.
Then tell me, have you heard any way to bring back the dead?
I'm afraid not, ma'am. There are, rumors of hidden relics that could do such a thing. I suppose some people believe that the dragon turtle eggs could be used for some kind of rituals like that, but I wouldn't put any trust in it, ma'am.
Is that why they're hunting the dragon turtle?
Oh, well, there are a myriad of reasons they could be doing that. If it does have eggs, that would be one thing, but one dragon turtle could feed the entire town. That is not usually something that the fishermen are too keen on hunting themselves. But it is a strange thing. So many fish have washed up dead, and many of the great squid as well. I would be careful if you are heading out to sea.
Well, sounds pretty interesting, but seeing as we are short on time, or well, if we really wanna one off Kichi, we should be going, since Sakura, don't you just missing one ring to complete the collection? Just
Yeah,
imagine,
no.
just imagine Keiichi's face if I sent him a message and say, we have completed it in like less than what most people do. Wouldn't you enjoy that? The straight just smiles
She
mischievously.
nods, very Kami-sama like, and says, she's like full on into this role now. Thank you, friend. And one of the tails will take one of the paper birds out, and it'll just flit down to him, and she'll say, if ever you are in need, feel free to write something on this and send it to me.
I thank you so very much. If ever you need something I am not able to provide assistance with, speak with Captain Baichiro Sazo. He has a ship in the harbor. I think it is. They are called the Black Parrot Bandits, but don't let the name fool you. They are worthy friends to have. And tell them Azon sent you. I'm sure he would be happy to help.
Why, thank you. And she'll sort of telepathically tell June, onwards, steed.
Jin will proceed to put Sakura on her head and walk off, very serious like. She is
Well,
a shrine
Sakura on my
maiden of
shoulder,
the
right?
great temple of Kitsune, whatever.
You are the great. You are the worshipper of Ashim. What's called Sami.
Yeah, he assumes this is completely part of the ritual and just bows again and thank you again. I will not forget this. And
It goes without saying she changed her form just a little bit so she doesn't have to go around using that exact same form again.
yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. But with that, I guess we'll head back into the town now.
Well, we should most likely get to the water ring.
Yeah.
But what about that dragon turtle? We still have plenty of time to get the next ring.
True, we have a lot of time, but
Wait. What
but
if?
imagine getting that
Oh.
water ring and then telling Keiji that we got it. Then just imagine the
I
face
suppose.
when we beat it. Like basically just fucked around, and still we managed to collect the rings faster than
I mean, I
anyone
suppose,
else.
but are bragging rights really worth lives? I mean, people could die trying to get this dragon turtle. I think we should try and deal with that first.
Plus,
Yeah.
the fact you care about his opinion is just bullshit. Just why do you care about what he thinks? He's an asshole. I was only being respectful to him to, get on his good side. It's easy.
I don't give a fuck. I just wanna see him like just being like, oh, look at us. We are better than you guys. You took 3 days from what took us 2 days to complete.
We should.
I'm pretty sure
look
Jun
for-
still needs the fire ring.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I need
So
my
unless you
fire
get
rings.
the ring as well. So you still need to get the water ring and the fire ring if you want to show him that you're better than him.
Mm.
The question is what's more important? The dragon turtle or show off?
Exactly.
Dragon turtle. I mean, I suppose we could also ask the black parrots for help. I think they might be able to assist us if.
What is it you want to do with the dragon turtle?
You don't want to know, Jerry. You don't want to know.
I mean, it sounds like there's a number of people who are going to fight over it.
So you're going to kill them?
No. We're just gonna make sure the dragon turtle gets away. And then.
The dragon
dragon
turtle is already dead.
Yeah, it's dead. It's his body.
It was already established. It basically was the top. What's called the shore. Imagine it like what's called a whale when it goes on shore. It basically died because it couldn't breathe.
Dead.
Either way, I think it would be worth investigating. If people like that want to look at it, do something with a dead dragon turtle, it can only be bad. So let's work towards doing something about it. Let's just a small stakeout, find out what's the big hullabaloo, and execute.
Water ring, you say? That sounds fine.
All right, all in favor of dragon turtle?
Oh yeah, sure I could.
Sorry, that was meant to be fun. Okay, yeah, so we'll put it to a vote.
All for the dragon turtle say aye.
Aye.
And the water ring? Say
I'm actually gonna put. I want to try a new poll feature that we have.
Wait, you found a. Wait, you found a
I figured out how to use
module.
it.
You found a module that actually does polls. That's amazing.
I had one. I've had one this whole time, but I didn't know how to use it. But I think I figured it out. So
Well, I'm not in the forest, so will be my loss.
Relax, you just vote in favor of the dragon turtle.
doesn't work. I think I may have disabled the module because I couldn't figure it out before. But yeah, all right. So we have 2 votes for the dragon turtle, from what I've heard, June and Sakura. So Estrella, you voting Wateroo?
What about Jerry?
And yeah, so Jerry, you're the decider.
I'm gonna decide. I want to go under the watering. It's a tie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But so then it goes down to Z, I guess. She goes, well, I mean, I think we should go to Taton. That's
So she
That's
say watering
right.
since that's on the way.
no. I think we should be going to Taton first. But I
Yeah,
am really
I
curious to
forgot
see
about that.
about the dragon turtle. I think Australia. I know you want to beat Kinji's record, but I don't know. I think it might already be too late. Haven't How long has it been now?
Yes, for me and Australia, it's way too late.
2,748 years.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
me
you
and
could
Australia,
totally
it's way
just
too late already.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to count that. I mean, maybe June or Sakura could get that, but I don't think there's much we can really honestly do to impress Kinji.
Come
Maybe
on,
bringing
man.
him in a dragon circle.
Maybe we can offer him that meteorite or something.
We don't want him to get a hold of that.
What's the worst thing that can happen? He blows up his
Because it's a
house, or it turns pink or something.
He gives
How
up the
about
Daichi and
we
Daichi
just
makes
don't let? How about we
warfare.
just not let Kenji, live rent free in our heads and ignore him? He's an asshole. We don't need to impress him. We have nothing to prove. We are expert fighters. We have fought way worse things, and we really don't need to worry about him. How about that? Yes, agree,
Agree.
agree.
What's the worst thing that can happen to Kenji? A goblin falls from the space and hits him in the head.
Let's just go help the princess in Taton.
I mean, she just needs to be delivered there. There's, I like Sakura's idea of going with a couple of pirates to go see a dead dragon turtle. I mean, hey, we've come all the way here. Why not check out the beach?
It's almost like a tourist attraction. I don't think I've ever been to a beach before.
Well, what about we go to the geisha house? I think. Didn't you like that, She? That was a really enjoyable experience, wasn't it?
I mean,
Z starts
obviously
walking
not.
towards the harbor.
She came out screaming. That's not what people do when they enjoy something.
Well,
And she also starts heading towards the harbor.
Well, I hear the first time is painful.
Yeah, Sakura doesn't want to know. She's like blocking you out at this point.
Yeah, no, we're not going back there, Sakura. Don't worry. Let's go see what the new pirate friends we've made are like. Are you guys coming?
Yeah, can't let you die.
Don't worry, Jerry. We'll get our rings in time for the festival.
Astray
I mean-
just summons up like a swig of beer and starts drinking, and it's like, let's go, man. We gotta see the great firefish in the sky.
Tell you what, we'll only stay in until after lunch. After we've seen the dragon turtle and everything, then we can go. I mean, it's still the morning. Enjoy it. I mean, who's ever been to Kunasa before? She just seems to be focusing on the fact that you're in a new place. But with that, is everyone going to follow her towards the harbor, or are you guys splitting up again?
Dragon turtle.
Follow her.
To the harbor.
Well, okay, so because the dragon turtle is supposedly somewhere on the beach, so you can either go and like just sort of wander the beach and try and find it, or you could do what Sakura was suggesting and go look for the black parrot bandits who you would assume would be at the harbor.
Let's go look for the black pearl.
And there's also lots of fishermen and stuff there that maybe you could ask. So.
Yeah, Sakura's always down to make new friends. She's getting her tea set ready for when she gets to the black parrots.
Wait a second. Is Sakura gonna what is called called when you basically like blackmail people with tea?
No. She just wants them to try her tea. I mean, tea's the best way to make friends, don't you think?
There's someone out there that disagrees, that thinks that wine or beer is better.
Well, then sure as hell ain't dragons. Have you made friends with dragons, Estrella? By giving them tea? I don't think so.
Quaddles? Yes.
Ceases as you guys all arrive in the harbor and just jump down that first step because the stairs are awkwardly placed.
I see that.
Can everyone see the map okay? Is it all working?
I can see it perfectly. I'm actually gonna try something. So just ignore Estrella's token going to the bottom. I'm just gonna check if... Yep, I was right. It doesn't follow the token, it follows the party token.
She like bows to this dude as she walks past. But this seems like the easiest way to get to docks. She's not gonna like jump down off there, you know?
Yeah, you see this guy he's busy stacking up some crates, and he seems to be using some kind of a dagger to open one of the crates and just look in, and he looks over at you and snarls as you walk past. He does not look friendly.
Oh, so that was a bit rude.
Just an FYI, Sakura, people here are nice. They won't be rude. Sorry, not rude. They won't be kind or anything. They'll probably stab you in the back more often than not, or slit your throat.
Estrella will be walking down to this dude here, and it's like, are you selling anything interesting? Maybe a Isle of Jim or a legendary place where there's gold trees.
You see, as you are walking up, he is currently in conversation with a woman who you have seen before walking around here, and she just turns her head quickly and says, "Do you mind? We're kind of in the middle of something."
And
He's not a
just
policeman either, and she just she seems very rude and trying to brush you.
So we are walking into the middle of a lovers' quarrel. Okay, well, just leaving you to it.
Testing.
It works.
Yeah, there we go.
As you are all walking around on the docks, you will also... Can everyone give me a perception check, please?
Sure thing.
Okay, so June, you will definitely notice, and Jerry with a net 20, you will definitely all clearly see that there are seagulls swarming this place, and they are all just diving into the water like mad. As you see the harbor, you can see that there are dead fish floating all over. There are quite a few boats and things moored here. There are loads of sailors milling about, lots of unsavory looking types. But one of the main things that you notice is all of these gulls feeding on just scores and scores of dead fish.
Anything
She'll,
else that stands out?
she'll go up to someone and, well, I guess this person, and ask, sorry, but what happened to all the fish?
That who you're asking these people here?
Yep.
The woman again, just you see the guy just sort of put his hands up, and the woman again says, "Oh my God, they're dead. Can you not see that? There was a storm that killed them. Do you mind? I'm trying to figure out if the storm killed my brother as well. Who the fuck are these people?" And the guy just says, "I don't know. They just probably arrived in town."
Sorry, do you know where I can find the black parrots? By any chance?
Yeah, it's that one over there. And she points to the other side of the harbor to this ship.
She'll start heading over there. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Yeah, okay, whatever. She just goes back to her conversation. She seems very impatient, and you will recognize this as the same woman who you saw crying in the bar earlier.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait a second. Was she the one that talked about that Yasha dude or whatever it's called?
I don't know. She was talking to Sick in the bar. That was the guy's name, but she seemed very worried about the missing Shira kid. And
yes,
currently,
the Shira kid. Exactly, because you mentioned that. I can't recall where. Oh yeah, that was one of the pirates at the Geisha house that mentioned that.
Oh no, you got some information from the geisha when you were speaking to her. She told you about that the storms had gotten all the fishermen riled up, and that the Shira kid was missing. That was, I think, where you got the info. But yeah, the rumor is clearly floating around town. A lot of people seem to be interested in this. The pirate was talking about the fact that there might be a bounty for it that you met in the geisha house, but she seemed to be more worried for the guy's safety. But yeah, what are June and Jerry doing over here?
Yeah, Jin was just following Sakura because she seems to know who to talk to here. Just backing her up essentially.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
so
form are you taking? Yeah, at the harbor. Sorry.
Yeah, she would just be in her normal samurai form at the moment. She doesn't find a reason to. I know. Perhaps if she was talking to someone, a little bit criminal, she would take a different form. But for now, she's in her normal samurai form.
Well, I will
Sakura.
point out that those ships with the red sails, all look like what you would recognize. Well, maybe not June, but if you'd like, you guys can make a history or just a history check
Okay.
to try and figure out. Oh yeah, June, you know that those ships with the red sails are pirate ships.
Foundry's reloading for me at the moment because my internet on the PC died from. Plus 20.
That's all right.
You don't have it set up, so it rolled to the other place.
All right, yeah, you all are aware what pirate ships look like.
And we all go together. We all know what to do. But we all pirates, and you are not you.
Australia, I can't remember now, but there's a small chance you might have actually been to Kanasa before. With a net 20 like that, it's quite possible that you passed by here on your way into Kiga. But yeah, as you guys are making your way down there. Jerry, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was just calling this up for nothing specific. Just want to get this over with and get the ring. I have more pressing matters, in my opinion, I need to get to.
Well, Z will say, Jerry, come on, we're here now. Just, enjoy yourself. Maybe you'll find some, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck you like. Uh, she just seems kind of defeated in trying to make you enjoy the harbor. But as you are walking down and everyone brushes past these two samurai they are clearly donning proper samurai armor that looks much like what you have seen in Toto, in Nishizawa when you were there. This looks like governmental samurai armor, and you can hear the two of them they seem to be just muttering to each other, like cursing out this ship and saying, "Oh, we'll never fucking catch him," and they just seem to be complaining about that as you all approach the ship of the Black Parrot Bandits.
June is gonna eavesdrop on that conversation.
すみません。おはようございます。Are you the Black Parrots by any chance?
The woman turns around and she is standing talking to what looks like some kind of an oni, or at least a half oni, that he just turns and looks at you as well. They also seem like they were in conversation.
She bows and says, Azon sent us.
One second. Oh, I changed my mind. This seems like a very good conversation for Jin to be with.
Azon, that little twerp's still alive.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh.
He gave some valuable information. It's quite nice.
So he's a friend of yours then?
We got acquainted just now.
And he sent you to me? Well, any friend of Azon's a friend of mine. What do you need?
She looks at June because she doesn't know what they need.
Okay.
She doesn't know how to. People, so like in a moment of panic, she's like, would you like some tea?
Jin will pat her on the head and say, "Yeah, he said something about a dragon turtle, and he need some assistance was needed. We thought it would be a good job."
You're after it too then, eh? A job though? You paying? Oh, wait. You're friends with Azon, right?
Yes.
No. Don't charge friends. But if we're going to take that, there's probably going to be some resistance. Everyone out here is looking for that dragon turtle. Apparently it's got eggs. So, can you not fight?
Yeah, Jin flickers a bit of an eldritch blast in her hand.
Oh, one of them, eh?
But says I'd rather not demonstrate here. I don't want to break something or
She could probably, blow up this entire harbor. I'm not even joking. It's pretty hellish when she gets angry.
The woman standing next to you just turns and eyes suck her up and down, like gives her a very careful look, as she just seems to be sussing you out. And she says, I don't know, Captain. They look like children.
Come on, man. I've been alive for 4 centuries or so.
Sure.
Or is it eons? It's a bit hard. And Astrid just stands there dancing with her little fan.
I could blow up your ship if
Ignore
I
her.
really wanted to, but I don't. So no, I prefer to make friends than enemies. So blowing up people's ships isn't a great way to make friends. But you know what is a good way to make friends? Tea. Would you like some?
Oh, my, the fuck? Sorry, my ship's possessed. Yeah.
What the hell? Then what? Why
Yeah,
is that
don't
ship
get
going
cocky.
through the dock?
Yeah, you don't want to take on this ship. It'll eat you alive. But
Tea.
and you will see along the side of the ship that the wood begin to crack slightly, and it seems like it's cracking into a smile along the entire front of the ship as you see it, the wood open apart, and you just see for just a moment you see a row of teeth along the side of the ship, and you can give me a nature check. It was involved in that. Oh, actually, that was just Australia. Australia, you can also give me one with advantage if you like. So that check is pretty.
Nature,
She'll like wave at the ship. Oh my!
Yeah, Sakura, you recognize the ship as a mimic, but
Oh,
the other two of you, there's no way you've never seen a mimic that big.
Um, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but is your ship perhaps a mimic? Or
No.
well, rather, it is a mimic. But are you aware that it's a mimic?
Yes, I'm aware, but that's a keen eye. I suppose we can help you out, but we must move quickly. There are plenty of people already making their way down to the beach, everyone trying to lay claim to it. Shall we go on foot, or would you like to ride the mimic?
Oh, I'd love to ride the mimic. I've never seen one so big. It's so exciting.
God, my
You know,
mind.
She likes it big. So we learned that Sakura likes it big.
I have the brain of a 13-year-old. Anyway,
she's now gonna ask the ship if it wants tea, because I mean, the ship can technically drink tea.
Yeah, what is the intelligence of a mimic?
I think an intelligence is 6, as I recall, or is it 8?
It's 5. So yeah, it can understand you, but it cannot speak. So it will just, you will see one of the ropes that is hanging from the sail just sort of pick itself up and just gesture to like call you inwards as if it's, you know what I'm saying? Just sort of gestures for you to come over closer to it, and
Okay.
you will see a rope ladder flip itself over the side of the ship and just hang down to the dock.
Oh, wow.
And the captain will
She
say,
brings.
"Oh, looks like he likes you."
that is very useful.
Wow. And she prepared tea before coming, because I think I did say that she bought her tea set so that she could make the pirates tea, and she kind of like goes to the ship and tries to find somewhere where she can feed it tea.
I'm sure there's a blowhole somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, what are you looking for? Are you just going to find any random hole and pour tea into it?
No. She's gonna like look at the mimic, and well, I mean, she's kind of on the mimic, and she asks him, "Could you maybe like make a mouth up here?"
The
So
ship creaks, and I'd like, yeah, as the ship creaks, that you see the floorboards underneath you just sort of curl and open up as it just opens this hole in the floor underneath you, and you can see something in the darkness just whipping around. For a second it looks like a tentacle, and then you realize that you are staring into the thing's mouth, and that is its tongue.
she breathes like a sigh of relief, and she pours some tea into its mouth.
All right, yeah, you can give me Give me a persuasion check for this one.
Oh no.
You can add a +4.
Oh, what? How do I get +4?
History just grants you a little guidance on
Yeah,
stuff.
that's cool. We can say Australia. So Australia, you're joining her up there on the ship.
She's just like, oh, you know what? If you pour it this way, they usually like this way to drink. There's very few that doesn't like that.
All right.
Don't-
So as you pour the tea into this hole, you will see the floorboards close back up around it, and then you will feel the entire ship start to shake, and the sails start to blow wildly as all of the rigging just waves. And for a moment, I need Estrella and Sakura to both give me a dexterity saving throw to try and stay on your feet as the entire ship shivers. Okay, yeah, you managed to keep your footing, Sakura. And anyone else who's also on the ship, if you've gotten on by this point. Yeah, Australia, you sort of managed to catch yourself on the side of the railing, but it is a little bit less graceful.
Slightly more graceful.
Yeah, June, you got your sea legs already, it feels like. You also managed to keep your footing like the same as Sakura. And as this happens and the entire ship shudders, that you hear the captain laughing out from behind, and he goes, "Oh, what did you give it? You know, this thing only really likes rum and birds. It, don't feed him any birds, though. He hasn't earned it yet." And you see the captain joining you on board.
She nods and says, I gave it some of this. It's my green tea.
Yeah, she impressed the dragon with it. It's very impressive. And
And
yes,
she
we've
sort
met
of
a dragon.
offers
Oh wait,
him
June wouldn't know about the dragon.
No,
I
Sakura
think
definitely
Sakura's
told
already
you
told
about the
that
dragon.
story a couple times. Yeah, that I don't think that's something that Sakura is hiding from anyone.
Yeah.
Just you would probably know the story. Jerry, are you staying on the docks there, or are you joining them on the ship? What do you do?
I'll join them. I'm not staying here alone.
Okay, so everyone boards the ship, and the captain will say, "All right, well, some of my crew's still down at the end of the docks, but you're all ready to go. It's not too far from here."
Indeed. So, Capitan, what are the rules of engagement? Are we allowed to free fire anybody trying to go for the dragon turtle? Well, or just hold off for the fire until don't fire until fired upon.
Hey man,
Is
you're
it even
hiring
like?
me.
Is it a ship like with cannons or what?
No, there are no cannons
Archers?
on board, but there are. Let me just double check. He goes, "Oh no, we have got something special though," and he opens up a sort of crate. Well, not a crate, like I can't remember what it's called, but he opens this big lid on the middle of the ship, and he reveals a nest of bees that I assume everyone knows what a nest of bees is.
No,
It's
not
not
the
a
bees!
doesn't
No,
have
not the
actual bees in it.
bees!
So yeah, it looks like this rudimentary kind of rocket launcher type thing. It looks like it is made to shoot fireworks, but has just got all of these tubes that point up. Is definitely some kind of a siege weapon.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. But this thing is definitely the equivalent of a cannon. I would say this is not the regular kind of pirate ship you might be used to, but he has got a big big old nest of bees.
Sakura likes the ship.
Oh my god, I just
Very cool.
realized if he has a nest of bees, that means that most likely we can get meat from this place.
Oh, trust me, you don't want to try and extract anything from those bees. They'll extract your fucking brain for you. Now, everyone, hold tight. And he will, as he walks over, he'll walk over to the helm of the ship where there is a wheel, and he will just smack it. He doesn't actually grab a hold of the wheel. He just uh, gives it a smack, and the entire ship rears and begins to turn and sail out. As it sails out, it hits this raft on the way out and just crushes one piece of the raft underneath. And you see a fisherman come out and just start shaking his fist at the ship, and he just seems to be swearing. But everyone on board the ship just laughs. I don't know about you guys. And at this point, as they are laughing and you hear the crunching sound of this raft underneath, you will hear a voice from uh, from on shore as one of the people from the ship is busy speaking to a tabaxi, and he just turns his head, does a little double take, and notices that the ship is leaving without him, and he goes, hey, wait, and you just see him running down the harbor after you, and is now being chased by a tabaxi merchant because he didn't pay for the shit he's running along with. And as you are all sailing down, you will see these two guards that are busy investigating this rowboat suddenly spring into action and see this theft taking place, and they will begin chasing the pair down the docks. What is everyone doing as you see this procession of people chasing each other down the docks alongside you?
June has an excellent thing. Let me just find it real quick. I don't. Oh wait, I might actually not have the spell anymore. Dang, I don't.
Is it the
Okay.
irresistible dance? Because that's not
No,
on to the
no.
next level. Because that would be fun.
Yeah, June is just gonna Eldritch blast the floorboards between them, blasting holes so they have to, and hoping to God that they trip and fall into the water, because it will
Oh
be
yeah,
hilarious.
absolutely. They are not at all paying attention to the ship, so you will have advantage on this. But roll an attack for me.
Sure thing. Where is my? Where is it now? Yeah, Eldritch Blast. I forgot to roll
Alright, yeah.
advantage, but I'm sure that'll be enough.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely enough. As you blasted and just see splinters of wood flying everywhere, followed very quickly by a splash as one of the samurai that is chasing closely behind splashes down into the water, and you just hear a scream. But the other one is now just standing up top, going, "Hey, what the hell?" And he just turns around to see to try and see where the blast came from.
Yeah,
You
June is just
technically
blowing a
got
kiss
three
to him.
blasts.
Yeah, I'll quickly throw the other two. I'll just blast that as well. Why not?
Well, will
Uh,
you? I mean, I'll say you. We could just say that was all three to do that. But where are you aiming the other two if you are?
The other two, well, one of them would have also hit the dock to make a bigger hole. The other one will try and hit well, actually, I'll aim it to go underneath the dock and just blow a hole right underneath this guy, so his foot gets stuck in the dock.
All right, yeah. As you just let this chain fire, you'll see the first one fall in, and the other guy, I'm going to give him a save to try and avoid being having his foot caught in the dock. But let's see, yeah, he almost manages to get his foot out, but he seems to be stuck for a moment, and then just wrenches his foot as he doesn't stay stuck for long. He easily manages to get it out, but you do manage to catch him for a moment, and he seems to have hurt himself a little bit, as he'll actually take some of the damage. But he
They can
turns
take it.
and looks back at the ship angrily with his bow in his hand, and he's just, yeah, he's going to draw an arrow and fire it at you.
That's fine.
Let's see. Is an 18 hit?
No. The one, my tattoo will spring into action, and the snake will catch the arrow out of the air, snap it into.
He's just, as he like looses this arrow and feels really confident about finding his target. As he sees that happen, you just see him sort of drop his shoulders or dejected, like, the fuck? And he just seems very confused as the at the same time there is another samurai at the end of the dock that turns around and is noticing this commotion behind him and goes, hey, stop. And but as he does this, the guy that was running leaps into one of these rowboats and begins rowing it as the tabaxi chases up behind him. Tabaxi chases up behind him, shouting and screaming at him. The guy that actually owns that rowboat is also now screaming at him, but this guy's almost making his escape. What are the rest of you doing on the ship?
Is just watching with a very big smile on their face, causing chaos.
Just singing row, row, row a boat.
Are you just singing that, or are you gonna like try and inspire the guy that's rowing the boat?
Exactly. Let's give the poor guy inspiration.
All right. What is your inspiration? A D10?
It's a D10, yes.
Oh, okay. He just goes, "Fuck you! I'm coming!" Like, just thinks that one of his crew, berating him, but he seems to have successfully stolen this rowboat. Everyone is busy shouting at him, and one of the guards fires an arrow at him, but that one goes sailing into the water. Anyone else on the ship trying to help or hinder this guy?
Yeah, the tabaxi's also still running, hey?
The tabaxi is now standing on the dock, just screaming at him, going, "Hey, you took my stuff!"
Oh, okay, got it. I thought the tabaxi was the pirate, but okay, cool. Alright. Yeah, Jin will shout towards him, "Hey, don't, don't let my effort go to waste," and I'll give them the bardic inspiration for fun.
Oh wow, that's a big fat tiger.
It's not. He's the scale. You may be confused about the scale there. He's tiny. This is a small, squat, like dwarf-sized cat man that is just
Oh,
wearing sort of Iranian style robes, and it's got like a little fez hat on his head that he's just struggling to keep on his head while he's chasing, and he's just now shouting and swearing. He, as small as he looks, he's very vulgar.
yeah, Stalker is trying not to, like, aw, you know, because, like, small bean. She's gonna she's gonna continue trying to get the pirates to drink her tea. Look, rum is, well, I don't know. I've never had rum, but this tea is the best tea you're ever gonna have. Believe me. Like, don't miss out on this tea.
All right, yeah. As you're doing that, the Captain Salza will say, "Well, right on. I mean, I'll give it a try once that idiot catches up. Come on then, lad. You're gonna be late." And he just shouts this, and he's going to use his shape up ye dog feature and just go, "Hurry it up, boy." As yeah, he gives him advantage on, I think. So the rowboat manages to catch up to this pirate ship as he the captain accept some tea from you, Sakura. But
Tea.
oh my god! All right, it's hard to control this thing.
Which one of the guards?
Yeah, you ride right through one of those fishermen who just he jumps off of his
Alright.
boat. What the hell?
I
Dimension board
don't
off the
know.
map.
Junior went sailing off into the distance.
Well, my whole
I
map
told
went all
you.
weird there.
See, I told you. We shouldn't have taken that dragon turtle.
But yeah, you guys managed to make your escape from the harbor with a few angry people behind. But the guy that was running, he gets up on the rope ladder on the side of the ship and flops himself over onto the deck and goes, "Oh, thank you. I didn't think I was going to make it. Oh, hello, new friends."
No.
Yeah, Sakura nods and she waves. Would you also like some tea?
Oh, yes, please. I could do with some of that. And yeah, we will then cut over to the next map. Let me hold on a sec.
Wait a second. Is that ship a token?
Yeah, all those boats in there are tokens. Took me a fucking long time, let me tell you.
Jeez.
Holy shit, that's amazing. I know
DM,
exactly
you don't deserve it,
how
DM,
sick
like,
that
yeah.
is. Because, like, just to say it, I replaced one of Sakura's skeletons with an animated skeleton.
You did? Wait, you mean Chimera's skeleton? Sakura.
Yes. One of the Chimera skeletons is animated now, and it even has 2 attack animations.
Yeah, Sakura
like-
wouldn't be caught dead doing necromancy.
It's definitely Mr. Skellington. He's the animated one.
Nope, it's Steve.
Steve Scully.
Um,
Oh wait,
so,
Matt doesn't know the name.
oh yeah, as long as it's not the fucking gym. All right, so you guys all arrive here. I'm not sure. Oh, I just realized your tokens are probably all under the ship now.
Oh, Jim's not all
As-
bad.
As you arrive, you sail a little ways down the coastline, and you will see ahead of you, unmistakably, there are just tons and tons of giant squid that are lying dead in the sea. It just looks like some sort of calamari restaurant right outside the harbor. And as you follow this along, the smell is quite overpowering, but you manage to arrive at the body of a giant dead dragon turtle. And actually, you come in from this way. So.
Am I supposed to still be using seeing the harbor, or was the map changed?
Oh, my bad.
You should still see the harbor.
Ah, there you go.
Yep. Now you should be able to see. But you might be trapped under the token. As you arrive, you will see the pirates will just go, "All right, come on, lads!" And they'll all just start running and jumping off the ship. They will jump onto the back of the tail of this dragon turtle and all start marching their way onto the beach. You will see surrounding this dead dragon turtle are the wrecks of a number of ships that are just scattered all over the place. It looks like whatever was in this bay last night was completely destroyed and washed up here. It seems like a lot of stuff is washed up here today. And currently, you can see that there are a couple of scavengers wandering about on the beach, but for the most part, Sazo makes his way in with his men, and they start looking for loot. What is everybody doing?
I would just make that I actually think you just called him a mongrel. Because I think that's what Saso means.
Maybe he's a pirate.
Well, I think that's what it means in Sumerian.
Well, I do not speak Sumerian. What I can't remember. It probably does mean something, but honestly, I've forgotten.
Can Sakura try and figure out? Wait, do we know how the dragon turtle died, or?
You can try and figure that out. Yeah, with pleasure.
What role would that be?
Well, how are you trying to figure it out? What are you doing to try and figure that out? Are you just trying to rely on your intuition? Are you investigating the actual body of this thing? Are you
Probably investigating the body.
Jin is gonna stick her head in the mouth of the dragon turtle and see what she sees.
That's bold of you.
I know.
Yeah, as you stick your head in, you feel this faint heat, like of steam that the dragon is clearly not breathing, but there is still this faint heat coming from inside the body, and it smells awful. As you lean in, you can give me a Constitution saving throw if you want to role play into it, but that's up to you. However, Sakura,
why
you can give me an investigation check. What are Estrella and Jerry doing?
Estrella is meanwhile trying to see if she can eat part of this. I'm not sure if it's hand or fin or what you would call it. Just trying to see if it's possibly eatable.
Estrella, stop licking the dragon turtle.
Are you just leaning down and biting into it, or are you like trying to cut off a piece?
Nom 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 nom.
Well, as you kind of bite down over some of its sort of scales, it is very tough on the exterior. It is very hard to try and bite through, and it is possibly the strongest fish taste that you've encountered, at least in a long time, as it does not taste too good raw. Maybe prepared, it might taste okay, but no. Currently, your mouth is now full of sand, and it is very salty. And you can also give me a con save if you like. Though I'm not sure how Australia would react to just eating regular raw fish.
Salt? Ah, god damn it. I remember there is something that actually tastes like salt. I can't remember what it is. Oh, now I know. It's like eating a oyster.
Yeah, this is a very similar flavor to that salty, fishy. There's just a sort of layer of slime around this thing's arm that does not taste so good. But you imagine that if you were actually to carve into this, and a lot of that is probably just because it's been lying in the sun all morning, and whatever killed it has seemed to do some damage, which Sakura, you are currently discovering. As you can see, you sort of will eventually make your way around to see that its intestines are sort of spilled out onto the beach, and it seems like there is a massive hole in the bottom of its shell that it looks like it was hit by some sort of shrapnel or something tore it open. It's hard to tell, but with all of these shipwrecks lying around, you think that either this thing was in a massive battle, or with the 23 that it was killed by the comets last night that you saw raining down into Uchibito Bay from the observatory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what is Jerry doing when you guys arrive on the dragon turtle?
Be right back.
Just a heads
I'll
up, DM.
jump.
4 minutes until your power might go off.
Oh yes, good shout. Thank you. This is
I jump on its back,
Sorry,
on
carry
the
on.
shell. I walk on its back and try to pull out one of the piece of the shell.
All right. Yeah, you can give me an attack roll if you like. It is, or are you just trying to pull it out with brute strength?
Yeah, I'll start with strain.
Okay, yeah, you can give me an athletics check then to just try and rip a piece off of the dragon turtle shell. Also, the DC is very high. Yeah,
Okay, I rolled very low.
you pull and it is not budging. This shell is incredibly tough. Yeah, those are not. Although they do look like dragon scales, they don't seem to pull off in the same way. It seems like it is actually they are almost molded together like the side of a mountain. It looks like where two rocks meet rather than what you are used to on actual dragons that you've pulled scales.
Yeah, I'll try it with my large form now. Maybe I'll do better.
Okay, as you enlarge, Z goes whoa, whoa! And she's just walking past and nearly falls off, but starts idling her way along the side of this thing very carefully. She's
And not
just
very
this
high.
creature. Okay, yeah, with the 23, you start pulling and pulling, and you feel like it is. You can feel it starting to crack loose, but you can't quite get it to actually come out. You can feel that you are putting serious strain on it, but just not enough. You might need to add something to that.
What's like? How big is it compared to me when I'm small, not when I'm large? It's a very large creature.
Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just bear in mind those are pirate ships lying around it.
Okay.
And
I can
yes,
tell you,
Walker's looking
just
into its mouth.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I'm
if
just waiting
this-
for my turn again.
I'm just wondering, like, if this is a small one, like a young one, then it's small. But usually, as I recall, dragon turtles isn't they like making ships seem small?
yeah. Which does this Z will say? Does this thing not make the ships look small? You ever seen something this size? I mean, what the hell? This is definitely a gargantuan creature. This is probably one of the biggest creatures you've encountered in the campaign thus far.
Oh, is it bigger than Sakura's dragon friend?
Sorry, bigger than Sakura's not?
Dragon friend.
No, probably a similar size. I think that dragon's probably bigger because I mean that thing holds up 2 entire islands.
Is it
Yeah,
the blue
dragons.
dragon?
As far as in terms of dragon, like dragon scales go, well, the scale of dragons. This is not the biggest creature in the world by any means, but it is fucking huge. Like this is no joke. The size of this creature. That's why when that beggar said that, or whoever said the meat from this thing could feed the whole of Kunasa, he wasn't kidding. There is probably more than enough meat to do that. Not for very long, of course, but there's a lot to harvest here. Yeah, you are currently in your enlarged state. You're about the size of one of the scales on its back.
If it's still like my turn, I'll pull out the hammer and try like to hit one side of it, like the side that seems most connected, and then pull it out. Try to disconnect like some of it at least.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. That'll lower the DC, so you can give me another athletics check with advantage because of your giant's form. But after doing that, the DC is a bit lower.
And I still roll that shit.
Yeah, you're trying to get this thing to break free, but it's just not budging. This thing is really stuck in there. But if you have some help, does anyone want to help Jerry as you see him struggling to break one of the scales free?
He can have like a guidance, which is a D4, and it's just like try hitting there. Like it seems like that's pretty much easier. It seems like if you hit there, maybe the weight will dislodge the shell.
Yeah. Okay, so you can Australia identifies a weak point for you, and you can make that check again, still with advantage because of your giant size, and the DC will still be lowered, but you've got
1d4?
inspiration 1d10.
Inspiration or guidance?
It's a
Oh,
guidance.
guidance. Sorry.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad.
Okay. Though if
Keep
my
mixing them up.
guidance is a D10, I don't like argue with that.
Is guidance a d4?
It is a D4. Let me just see if I can find it just to post it.
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think I got it this time.
With that, Australia points out the right little spot to actually hit, and you knock that with your hammer, breaking a clearly strong part of this scale loose, and then when you give it another tug, you manage to wrench the entire thing free, and you have now got a scale that is, I mean, bigger than your body. You can hold this thing even in your giant size. It is bigger than you, so yeah, you've got one dragon turtle scale, which is not an official item or anything, but just making
Yeah. I'm trying to think where I can store it because I think it will break the bag of holding.
That's a good question because unless
It's
it
probably
weighs,
pretty heavy.
unless it weighs, I think the bag of holding can hold 500 pounds.
I think it's
Yeah, it doesn't
about
weigh a
500
ton, but
pounds at least.
You can always
Yeah, no,
do
that
the
is-
prison message. You can always do the prison method with the scale, but I think that's gonna hurt.
yeah, no, that is definitely not going to work. There's the thing you are holding is, I mean, it's the size of a small boat. You're not. This is not going to fit in the bag of holding so easily, but it might be worth something, and maybe there's a smith or something nearby. You can always hire someone to transport it back. There were lots of cargo. I mean, lots of people that deliver cargo to Kanasa and that, so that you have got options of things to do with it. But currently, yeah, it is going to be a little bit hard to carry this thing around. At the moment, I will say you can consider it a shield. No, actually, it doesn't. You can't fight with it.
Wait a
Forget us.
second,
You just have a time.
could it be a tower shield actually?
I mean, it could be with some modifications. It could very easily be a very big, effective shield. But currently, it is just a scale you ripped off this thing's back, so it will need some modifications before you can carry it around easily.
Considering the circumstances, I don't let anyone else transport it. So I'll just. I don't know if I can even jump with it back to the ship.
Yeah, I mean, from where you're standing, the ship is sort of docked at this creature's tail. So if you hit back down, you'd be able to put it back on the ship.
I'll just
But
place it back
yeah,
on the
it's
ship
not
and
too heavy for you to carry.
it's just big in size, but not too heavy. Okay.
No, well, because it's you, it's not too heavy for you, and you're currently in your enlarged state, so you can carry this thing fairly easily.
So I just place it on the ship and ask the ship not to eat it.
You will see, as you say this, you will see some blood sort of pooling around the bottom of the ship, and as you say that, a little rope sort of gives you knots itself, and then gives you a little thumbs up with the rope. But you can see that the ship is actually currently gnawing on the creature's tail at the back.
That's what I.
Yeah, so you are back there, and let's see.
Soccer might.
I'll just tell you what to do. attacks us. Just one funny thing.
Sorry, you said you're going where?
I was sending the ship like to watch if anyone comes and tries to attack us.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I got what I needed. Unless somebody needs more help, I'm on the ship.
all right. Yeah, as you stand out there, you can give me a perception check to just sort of keep a watch. But we will. Yeah, actually, let's see. Okay, yeah, shit. With the 21, as you sort of look from side to side, up and down the beach, making sure that there's no one sailing down the coast in your direction. In the distance, you see something. I mean, there were so many of these like tentacles of these dead squid lying in the bay, but you can see that a little bit further down the beach there is something else that has washed up, something big, um, possibly even bigger than this dragon turtle. But you just see a mass of tentacles that are sort of piled up against the beach. Something seems to have washed up a little bit further down shore. But that is what you can see from where you are standing. And
Okay.
as for the rest of you, what are you guys doing over there? As you can see that the pirates and the captain are busy. One of them is climbing into an egg that is sitting broken on the.
I'd like to investigate the eggs that are not broken.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Any signs of life inside them?
All right, yeah, you can give me an investigation check. Okay, yeah, with the 29, you sort of put your hands up against the egg and lean your face right up against it, just listening. And as you walk around it, you make your way to one side, and as the sun is shining through it, you feel the egg vibrate just the tiniest bit. You feel something inside it move, and it is as it moves, this entire egg just like shakes slightly, and you feel it hard against your hand, and instinctively probably take a step back. But it does feel like there is something in that big one right in front of you.
She's gonna tell. She's gonna ask the pirates. If anyone comes for these eggs, could you help me protect them? There's some babies inside them. I don't want them to
What?
get hurt.
Oh, live dragon turtle. You know how much that'll be worth?
We
Hey,
don't
we're
want to
gonna make
kill
a
them.
killing, boys. And all the pirates start cheering.
We want to release them into the ocean.
And they all just start laughing back and forth, looking at each other. Release them back into the ocean. You know how many people get killed by dragon turtles in this bay? I don't think they need any more of them. Serves this one right, I think. And at this moment, as you're sort of probably glaring back at him, Z will say, "Oh, guys, I think we have company." As you now see a group of samurai approaching from the jungle to the south.
No, we don't have time for that. We don't have time. We need to find out, how do you bring back the dead? Tell me, Turtle. Tell me. I know you're dead, but tell me.
Something's
What
up
is
with
up with Australia today? What the hell?
She seems to be possessed. Can I roll an Arcana check on Australia to see if she's been possessed or lost her mind or something?
Yeah, sure. And Z turns around and goes, "All right, everyone."
She got an STD, I think, from one of the. She got STD from one of the succubus, probably.
Come on, man. She has protection from Gok. Like, that's the most protection you can ever get from STDs.
What?
Well, did you roll something there, Sakura?
Oh, can I roll Arcana?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Okay, nice. 31.
Well, I don't know, Australia, have you been afflicted by madness when we weren't looking? Or
No. It was
Yeah.
always about
Good
Kit.
old
It was
Australia.
always about Kit. That is all this quest is about.
it's just Australia. She's talking to the dead dragon turtle.
She is being very, 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 very odd today. I don't know. Anyway, Z, you said something about company?
Yeah, and you will see that 4 samurai have made their way up onto one of those ships, and the woman that you were talking to earlier, she has currently got her hand on her sword, and she's just taking a step back as the samurai, one of them in front, will proclaim.
Either he or she is saying that with company.
Yeah, you will. Your vision of this side of the dragon turtle is currently kind of blocked by the dragon turtle. As you said, you were waiting by the boat and sort of watching the seaside, but you will hear this as maybe you'll vaguely hear Z, and then you will hear a man saying, "Oi, get out of here, you pirates! This is Shira Corporation property."
Is that guy named Cloud?
Nope, his name is Caesar.
Dina's gonna hop on top of the egg Sakura is looking at it and says, "Oh, and where is your name on it? I don't see it anywhere."
Get off that! There's a
Shira Corp
shroud.
owns the bay. This is ours. It washed up on our land. This belongs to us, not you bloody pirates. Now, start off. And they all he's just like shooing you with his hand.
What are the other pirates doing? Are they standing their ground?
Yasazo's got a big smile on his face. He's just sort of chuckling, and then he turns to look at the rest of you standing up there.
And Australia
Yeah.
will just do something really fun. She'd just be like, really? Because, and she does a minor illusion. This flag seems to be claiming it in the name of Nyx. At least I think that's the name. And you see like a little flag with a little happy goblin on it.
Ignore her. Anyway, why didn't you try and make us?
Oh, gonna be like that, eh? And he just looks around like now, just looking at the group that you've got with you. And with that, he goes, "Well, all right then, you're coming with us." And he gives the order to attack. And with that, we are all going to roll for initiative, but that is also where we're going to end tonight's session, because although my power hasn't gone off yet, there's a good chance that it's going to any moment. So
Right.
I
I'm
think
very
that is
happy.
where we're going to wrap things up for tonight, and we will jump back into this again next week.
Wait a second. Is Shiracope, is that just an acronym for SOCOM or whatever it's called, the power company?
No, not even a little bit. That's ESCOM. I would not even be cruel enough to make ESCOM a villain in a D&D campaign.
I would. I'd totally make it like a candle company where each time where there's like a fun thing, like a birthday or something, they just be like raising the prices of candles, so you have to pay extra money.
No, I'll make it so that just at random intervals you lose all your power and are incredibly vulnerable for about 2 hours, like just every few hours.
And see, I told you we shouldn't have gone to the Dragon Turtle.